Hi everybody, I'm Karen Van Acker. I'm the Enlightened Influencer. I decided to come in today and talk to you about what to do in between. Right now, nobody knows what's going to happen. There's so many things changing in the way that we do things that it's kind of challenging to be where we're going because we don't know what where we're going even looks like. So we're sort of in this in-between stage where we have to kind of learn to be okay with not knowing where we're going. So how do we do that? Well, what we have to do is figure out like where we are. Where am I right now? For me, I had a huge change in the way that I did business. I have gone from having an office space and seeing clients hourly and kind of had a big practice to being a teletherapist and an online coach and really sort of working from my home office every day. I have a few clients that I see in person, but generally speaking, my work is at my home and in my home office. And it's a very big change. Now, I happen to be very introverted, so I really like that change and it works for me. But there's a lot of us that are not introverts and don't care for that. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? Well, we first off have to accept that we don't have any control over the situation. And that everything in life changes all the time, but that this is a really huge and radical change during this time. That sounds like, oh yeah, well, of course we have to figure out how to, accept it. But honestly, if you're somebody who is high powered, high pressure, constantly on the go, that's a huge change to just stop. Some of the personality traits of high performers are they're very goal oriented, they want to be moving to the next thing, they want to be doing all this stuff because that's what fuels them, that's what makes them feel happy. And to just sit and just be can be very dysregulating, and so we have to learn how to, those of us that are high performers, we have to learn to be okay with the sitting for a little while. Now, nothing's going to stay the same forever. Life is constantly about change. So we will have something else come along very soon. For a lot of us, it's already come along. We're already navigating new ways of being and new stuff. So we have that goal list, if you will, filled out for now. But for those of us that haven't quite figured out what next is, we're sort of in that space in between. We sort of have a foot in both worlds. We're letting go of how it used to be and stepping into how it might be in the future. And there's some anxiety that gets around that. What I would suggest for you is, if you are someone who is struggling with that, take a step back and really just think about what are all of the things that you weren't attending to when you were in a dead run. This will often give you some immediate goals that will settle you down if you're a goal-oriented person. Might be something simple like, I have not been somebody who cleans off the top of my refrigerator very often, and maybe your refrigerator needs to be cleaned off. Maybe you're somebody who hasn't attended to the garage and needs to reorganize the garage. Maybe you're somebody who really needs to look into your financial portfolio and find out what's going on there. Maybe you need to just practice relaxing. Especially if you are an older person, if you've been in a dead run, you're going to need to learn how to manage slowing down, because over time, your body will slow you down. You will be able to do less of the running and the high energy stuff that we did when we were younger. It's just part of maturing. It's one of the lucky things about getting older. What would it look like if you took an hour a day to just do something quiet or do nothing? How could you just be instead of constantly doing? Some people meditate. Some people garden because they can't just sit. Some people have lots of hobbies that they like to work on. One of the things that my dad has always done is works on motorcycles. You know, he's very meditative in his process while he is building parts, because he machines a lot of his own parts. That's another story for another day. But while he's doing that, he's actually thinking in the back of his mind about all of those things that he can't do right now, and focuses on the thing that he's doing in the moment. He's very mindful about the way that he does that. I'm a gardener. When I'm gardening, I'm very mindful about focusing on that task and just allowing all the other stuff to be in the back of my mind, and I'm not attending to it. Our mind is an amazing place. It will process, come up with ideas, and just learn a bunch of new things if you will just give it space to do that. So while we're in this in-between where we were and where we're going, our mind can cogitate without us being like in the moment with it. Practice a little mindfulness and just focus on the thing that's right in front of you, even if that thing that's right in front of you is doing nothing, just for today. All right? I hope this has been helpful. Please leave a comment if you'd like, and I'll catch up with you next time. Take care.